If you like what you see, subscribe, hit the notification bell and leave a like.
What's up guys, and welcome back. Today's video is an exciting one. Today is going to be all about following me as I look into and plan my courses as a potential UBC psychology major. Now, the first thing that I want to look at before I actually get into what I have to do as a psychology major is the general degree requirements, which are right here on the screen. There is a writing and research requirement, language, science, literature, outside, upper level, and an arts credit minimum requirement. So the first thing we're going to look at is the writing component, which is either having to complete Arts 1, ASTU 100, ASTU 101, English 100, WRDS 150, or WRDS 350. This all has to be done before you reach your third year. Now that's only the writing portion of the writing and research section. So the next thing we have to look at is the research. Now as a psychology major, I'm going to go about to the middle of the page where it tells you psychology classes that would fulfill this requirement. In that case, it's Psych 217. However, Psych 217 can only be taken once you've declared your major, which can only happen after a certain number of course credits have been fulfilled. The second requirement is a language requirement, which is, a foreign language, not just a writing and language requirement. In this case, this is a full list of all of the language classes that you can take to fulfill that requirement. For me, I've decided to take Italian. Next is the science requirement. Now, as a psychology major, I have this big list here in the center of all of the psych-specific classes that I can take. Now, these are all classes, because they're 200s and 300s, that have prerequisites, so I'm probably not going to be able to take any of these until my second, third, or fourth year. Next is a literature requirement. Now, this is a very long list, but these are all of the options you have for fulfilling your literature requirement. Now, these last three have a lot of crossover. For outside requirement, it means I can't just take psych classes if I want to major in psych. I have to take English classes and say maybe a sociology class, classes that aren't specifically in my specification. For upper level requirements, it means you just have to take classes that are 300 and above, and making sure that you have enough of them to show that you were able to advance in your courses. And for the arts minimum, it means that you have to have certain courses that are a part of the arts curriculum, a lot of which are covered by your required courses. Now let's really get into what's exciting is planning your specific courses. So as a psychology major, these are my lower level requirements. I've decided I'm going to take Psych 101 and 102, and then the quantitative method courses, 217 and 218, those are the courses I mentioned earlier where I have to declare my major first before actually taking them. Next are the required upper level courses. Now, while you can start looking at them your freshman year, you really don't start taking these courses until your third and fourth years. You can tell because all of your freshman classes should start with a 100. Sophomore classes typically start with 200s, and then junior and senior classes start with 300s and 400s. Now, I'm just going to go through how I decided on these classes for my first year at UBC. The first thing I did was go to this website, which basically gives you the course codes and descriptions of all of the psychology classes. Now, I know from reading the course description that it's required for me to take Psych 101 and 102, so those are the first two classes that I add to my schedule. Now, the next thing I did was go through all of the requirements and make sure that I had classes to fulfill them. I'm still missing a science requirement, however, I have lots of time to figure that out. Next, I picked Psych 207 and 208 because they are two classes that I'm actually able to take without any prerequisites. Next, I decided to take Italian 1. One of the requirements is to make sure that you're proficient enough in a language, which means getting up to a certain level of the course. Now came the difficult part. To fulfill my literature requirement, I searched and decided to take the Gender, Race, Sexuality, and Social Justice class for 2 semesters. For one of my final 2 courses, I knew I had to take either English 100 or one of the other recommended courses within my first year of study, so I decided to do English 100 reading and writing about literature. The last class took a lot of struggle to pick, as I had to go through Reddit reviews and online class reviews to pick a class, but I decided to go with NURS 180. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure to join us next time for more college-related content. This is Savannah, signing out.